Okay, boys and girls, so I'm going to explain what you need to do for this assignment. Alright, so you're going to have a responsive grid layout and you're going to make a web page like this. Alright, the first thing I want you to concentrate on is your last name. So depending on how many letters there are in your last name is what you're going to use for your number of columns in your responsive grid layout. So for me, my last name, Topel, is 6 letters long. So I'm using a 12 column responsive layout. So it's however many letters in your last name times 2. So if your last name has 5 letters, then you're going to use a 10 column one. If your last name has 7, you're using 14. Alright? So that's one thing. Then you're going to have, so your last name is going to be equidistant, each one of these is going to be like a call to, whatever yours is. So like mine's 12 columns wide, so each of these letters, each of these divs will be 2 columns wide. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Alright? That's the first thing you have to make sure you do. And then you're going to have your other, the other rows, they're going to also use the same, 12, whatever number column layout. So your first name, your date, when you were born, and then whether or not you're a freshman, sophomore, junior, or senior. Okay. Now, and then for the rest of these 3 rows, you're just going to make it fit as best you can. So like, I have 5 letters in my first name, but I can't really make that out of 12, equal, a 12 column grid. It's not going to be, they're not all going to be the same width, right? So I just made it as symmetrical as possible. How the V, the N, and the E are all 2 columns wide, and the A and the C were 3. So you want it to be as symmetrical as possible. Actually, you want it to be symmetrical. All right. And then your date is just going to be down here. Again, this should be symmetrical. I got lucky. I did 4, 4, and 4. And then whether or not you're a junior, senior, sophomore, or freshman, you try to make that as symmetrical as possible. Again, I got lucky. I guess I'm technically not a senior, but hold on. I'll be a teacher. Let me change it to teacher. Okay, so I changed it to teacher because I'm not really a senior, I guess. And so here's what I had to do to make mine symmetrical. So I used 1 column on the T and the R, and then 2 columns for the rest. So it makes them symmetrical. Alright? Anyway, so that's what you guys are going to do today. A couple other things. Pick a nice Google font for everything. Make sure your borders are thick. Your letters have are a nice big size. And then each row, I want you to style it so that it has different color, text, and borders. Alright? Anyway, so this is how yours is going to look. So the keys are, whatever your last name is, however many letters are in your last name, you're going to double that, and that's going to be your column, the number of columns you're going to use. And then you want to make sure every row is symmetrical, and I guess that's it. Alright. Good luck.